Hey everybody, it's Kenny Cummins here, chilling with Jeffrey Kenny C, and I'm here with my interview guest, singer-songwriter Miss Michelle Canning. She's with me right now. How's it going?
It's going great. How are you doing, Kenny?
Hanging in there. But nonetheless, thank you so much for taking the time and doing this interview with me. I appreciate it.
Oh, I'm happy to do it, and I appreciate you taking the time to give my music a listen and let me come in and hang out with you.
Much love, much love. So let's go again. How did you get started into music?
Yeah, I started playing music when I was 8 years old. My grandfather had a banjo in his closet, and I was drawing construction paper guitars, out on the kitchen table, and I said to my grandfather, "Let's make a band." And he said, "Well, I'll play the guitar and you play the banjo." Now, I was a little girl from Massachusetts, so I didn't know what a banjo was. And he pulled one out of the closet and put it in my hands, and I absolutely fell in love. And so I started taking lessons from a man back home named Richmond and started going to Bluegrass concerts and festivals, and I've been playing music ever since. So it's been a pretty special journey for me.
Definitely a journey indeed. Now, when it comes to, instruments, people take maybe a couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months, maybe a year or so. How long did it took for you to get the hang of the banjo?
Well, I've been playing for about 15 years now. It was so long ago, I don't know that I could remember that far back to tell you exactly how long it took me to start getting into, playing real music as opposed to, just learning some basic rolls and chords and whatnot. But I will say I had the same teacher all the way up until I went to college, and he was absolutely fantastic, and really, really helped me to move along whenever I'd have a point, where you kind of get to a standstill and you need to move on to the next level. He was really great about helping to help me, get past those kind of rough patches there.
It's definitely very helpful to have, anyone that sees potential in you and wants to work
Yeah.
with you and to see you grow and develop into the musician that you are, doing shows, performing and recording music, it's definitely helpful to get anyone, especially a teacher that's been with you the whole way.
Yes, absolutely. I've been so blessed that throughout all my time playing music, I had this one teacher, Rich Stillman, from the time I was 8 until I was 18. So that was 10 years. And then I went to college, and I had so many more great instructors in school as well. And I've been really lucky to just have so many mentors and friends and people who have encouraged me, and really just been there for me through it all, and helped me to keep reaching up to the next level of reaching for my goals. I've been a lucky girl for sure.
So, how would you describe your 2019 thus far as it pertains to doing shows and getting your music heard and everything? How would you describe your 2019 thus far?
So far, 2019 has been absolutely fantastic. I'm riding the wave of late 2018. We released a brand new album called The Next 11 Miles. So I've been riding the wave of that. I'm also on a calendar called the Banjo Babes calendar that came out December of 2018, and we started selling it in January. Um, I've been playing a lot of shows. We actually just came back from a tour that we did. We went up north and performed in just outside of Boston, and then we went to New York City, and then down to New Jersey. We do an annual benefit concert for Alzheimer's disease, and we sold out at that. So it's been a pretty spectacular year, and I'm really excited to see where it takes me for the rest of the year. I'm really excited about it.
So, I definitely want to talk about this tour for sure because I know, musicians, whether they live here in Kentucky, whether they live outside of it, people like to get their music out as many areas as they can. and having a tour definitely helps. Getting to go to
Sure.
different cities, different venues, different crowds, things like that. What's the whole experience like? Just getting to tour and getting your music in other areas.
It's really exciting. We start in Moorhead, Kentucky, where I went to school, and I live in Nashville now. So I'll drive to Moorhead and pick up the band, and we'll all meet there, from wherever we're coming from. And then it's four people in a car. It's not a whole glamorous lifestyle that sometimes people think about, in touring, but it's really exciting. The four of us will have fun. We'll be singing in the car and whatnot, and then we'll get to our first location, and we get out and we unpack the car, and then we go and we play for people, and we see their faces light up, and we meet them, and we hear their stories, and it makes all of the packing and unpacking and driving endless hours, it makes all of that so worth it, because we've made people's days, and it feels so great to know that I'm playing this music and it's affecting other people. People I don't even know, strangers, are enjoying my music, and that's just so heartwarming for me.
It definitely has to be encouraging when listeners go to you like during intermission or after the show is ending, and you just getting set up, getting ready to leave, and they just be like, "Hey, I enjoy your music tonight. I enjoy set and everything." Um,
Absolutely. It feels so great to know that I've touched someone's life, and the greatest compliment I've ever gotten was when somebody told me that my music made them cry. It just made me feel like I could tug on someone's heartstrings just by doing what I do. It's really special.
well, that is definitely the beauty of music. Let me tell you. You can just
Yes, sir.
bring the emotion in, and oh my God, I love your music. And be like, oh, I gotta give you a hug right now because you're gonna be sobbing and everything. Um, so Michelle, as far as more shows and on the way, where can people catch you in the coming weeks and months and so?
Yeah, I'll actually, on Monday, April the 8th, I'll be doing an online concert, so you can watch from anywhere in the world. It'll just be me and my guitar. You can hear me playing a whole bunch of songs I've written that are all true story songs. So the name of the concert is True Story. And you can get the link for that if you just go on michellecanning.net. You can get the link for that. And then coming up in May, I'll be traveling with Sarah Kate Morgan as a banjo and mountain dulcimer duo. We'll be in first in Massachusetts and Boston, and then we're going to head up to Tuftonboro, New Hampshire. And then I've got a whole bunch of tours coming up a whole bunch of shows coming up in the summer with my band, the Michelle Canning Band. So we'll be in Center Harbor, New Hampshire, and Whitensville, Massachusetts. We'll be in New Jersey. We'll be in Providence, Rhode Island. So all over the place. If you go to www.michellecanning.net, you can see a whole list of all my shows coming up and all the places you can catch me.
So she's definitely gonna be in the New England area. So
Absolutely.
So everyone that's out there, if you ain't got no plans, you go check out, or you just want to find something to do, you go out there and check out Michelle Canning and her band and her banjo, the Banjo Babe. I guess that's what we're gonna call her. Buy her merch, buy her CDs, buy whatever she got available. She is traveling and all, and they gonna need some money for the gas and
That's right.
and
Smokey Green used to sing a song about "Please buy my CD so I can put gas in my van."
that is definitely that's an anthem for traveling musicians. Just that alone.
Sure.
So that's an anthem
Absolutely.
right there. So as far as you as a as a recording artist, as a musician, and you talked about mentors and your teacher earlier. Who else out there are some of your musical influence? It could be local, independent, mainstream. Who else out there that you look up to as an artist yourself?
Oh, there are so many people. I'll start with the very first band that I looked up to was a band called Southern Rail. They were a regional band up in the New England area where I come from, and they used to get me on stage as a little kid and let me play a song with them, which was really special. And then I found myself getting really into Rhonda Vincent. She's known as the Queen of Bluegrass, and she's based out of Missouri, but she tours the whole country and the whole world even. And I absolutely fell in love with her music, and I had the honor of meeting her in 2008, right after I graduated from the 8th grade. And I'm so excited because we became really good friends. She actually recorded on my first album. She recorded a duet with me, which was really special. And she's become a really great mentor. She's looked out for me a lot. Also, her brother Darren from Daly and Vincent. They're a popular bluegrass and country and gospel group. I really look up to them as well, and Darren as well has done so much for me also. And then, of course, just in college, I went to Morehead State University and majored in traditional music at the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music. So I was really honored to be around these fantastic musicians who were either frontmen or sidemen in really big bands. Raymond McLean was the director of the program. He performed with the McLean Family Band and played fiddle and banjo for Opry stars Jim and Jesse. So I was really lucky to have these great instructors around me, and they have become such wonderful friends as well. And I really feel honored that these people who I've always looked up to my whole life, when I finally got to meet them, you know, sometimes you meet celebrities, you meet your heroes, and they're not what you want them to be. And I've been really lucky that, in my case, they have been more than what I wanted them to be. They've become my friends and my mentors, and it's just been so special.
Two things. Number one, that is awesome that you got a chance to meet her at a very young age, and then you go on to collaborate with her on your first album. I mean,
it was so special when I reached out to her about doing that album with me, and she wrote back and said, "Yeah, absolutely." It really touched my heart. That, you know, she wrote back right away and was just all in. So it was pretty special.
You could check out Michelle at michellecanning.net for music, tour, merchandise, and anything else you want to know about Michelle as an artist and what she has in the works moving forward. Michelle, it was great chatting with you. Thank you so much for doing this with me. And again, my apologies for a bit of a setback that I had, but we still managed to get this interview done. So thank you for your time, and hopefully, after you take care of the New England portion of your tour, you come back here to Lexington, and I want to see Michelle and the banjo up close myself. So
oh, absolutely. Kentucky always has a special place in my heart, and I'll tell you, I don't live too far from Kentucky, so I might just pop in every now and again. I've been known to do that, so keep your eye out when you go to blues shows in Kentucky. There's
time, Michelle. Your evening. Enjoy your time out there.
Thank you so much, Kenny. Thank you for having me on the show. It's been a pleasure talking with you.
All right, and that is going to conclude the interview. Again, for more info from Michelle Canning, go check out her website at michellecanning.net. That's CANNING.net. It's kind of like the can, but you add a couple of letters after that. So CANNING, michellecanning.net. Go check out the website because I said so. That is going to conclude our interview, and thank you everyone for listening.